So, hello everybody. Welcome to this episode. I'm here with my guest, Daniel Cuneta. Daniel, I want you to introduce yourself, give a brief background on who you are, just so the viewers will know who I'm talking to right now.
Sure, bro. Thanks for having me, first of all.
Thank you.
Kahit Dan na lang, bro.
Okay,
Daniel lang.
Dan.
Flashbacks eh. Pero, anyway, I'm Dan. I'm the brother of one of your friends from way back when,
Yeah,
si Curtis, si Kuya Chris. Um, I'm a part-time PE teacher in an inclusive school. And I also help run a logistics tech company at the moment. So yeah.
nice. Okay, so we're here because Dan has a unique story. It's the beginning of dealing with something that people aren't aware of when they start going through it. I went through it and I want to share Dan's story. So Dan, I want you to give a brief background on how things started, what you think is happening to you.
Um. Well, I can't really pinpoint it because I haven't been checked.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to see a professional yet, but I intend to.
Mhm.
There's the intention already to do that. But what made me decide to do that is I had like a moment with my girlfriend and my mom after uh, Sunday service at church a few weeks ago. Um, we're just having dinner, normal conversation with my mom and my girlfriend, and then I went silent in the middle of a conversation. I think I spaced out, and
Yeah.
then my mom was asking me if I was okay. I was okay. So, kumbaga paulit-ulit niyang tinatanong. Sabi ko lang na actually I'm not. I don't think I am. And I don't know what triggered it
Hmm.
or or that response siguro. What triggered that response. But yeah, I just answered her like that and then conversation went na parang oh I feel like ayun, I have a psychology background pala kasi
Yeah.
so like we talked about earlier, no? You try to analyze it yourself,
Yeah.
pero can't really pinpoint it. So, ayun, I guess ultimately that's what made me decide na, okay, maybe I need to see somebody in the field who's like more knowledgeable than I am
Hmm.
about these things. And yun, just for me to, I guess, process it um, in a way that I don't know how to,
Yeah.
uh, or like professionally or better. Kasi maybe, yeah, I'm doing all these things like what helps me, number one is fitness. I like to run sometimes. I go to the gym. It helps. Sports helps.
Yeah.
So that I've always been preoccupied with that. But when there are like silent moments or times for me to, I guess, reflect, biglang parang wave na yung masabi na biglang, uy, parang hindi ako okay pala. Parang hindi pala ako okay. So, yun.
Can you describe to the viewers, to everyone right now, what you actually feel as in at that moment? What have you been feeling? What are the thoughts? Are there negative thoughts? Are there voices? Are there what's happening to you? What's been happening?
Um, if you would ask me that question at the time it was happening, I probably wouldn't have been able to answer you.
Yeah.
Pero now that I have had the time siguro to sit on it, reflect on it, maybe I can say na, of course, we have goals,
Mm-hmm.
things we want to achieve at a certain point in time. I guess it's being a man siguro. Syempre may goals ka that you want to meet at a certain time.
Yeah.
Before this, before 30, before
Mm-hmm.
ganito. Uh, I guess I feel siguro an immense pressure. How I can describe it? An immense pressure on myself. Self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Na parang I have to do this by this time. And if I don't, uh, I don't know, like what am I gonna do na after that? So siguro yun, of course, yung goal, let's be specific. I want to be a good provider. I want to have, I want to marry my girlfriend. I want to, so on and so forth. Um, Pero to get there, I don't know. Of course, syempre you have to work at it, like I'm doing. But you just, I don't know. It's parang when I start a thought, it begins to pile up, and then yun, I just get overwhelmed. I feel pressured na wala namang pressure sa akin. Pero
Yeah.
yun, parang ganun yung feeling.
Yeah. So I mean, have there ever been any harmful thoughts in your head during this? Uh,
Harmful thoughts?
I mean, self harm ideas or
Wala
self
naman.
doubt or
Well,
not
doubt,
being
yes.
worthy.
Yeah, yeah, that. Pero in terms of uh violence or harm, walang ganon.
Wala.
It's
Okay, that's
uh
good.
mostly negative self-talk siguro.
Okay.
Um, what if I'm not doing enough? What if I'm not enough? Or yung mga usual na ganon, I guess. A lot of people could probably attest to as well.
So,
Um,
but would you say you in a good place right now in your life compared to what your thoughts are telling you, or are you also in a negative place in your life? That's why those thoughts are happening.
I wouldn't say that I'm in a negative place. It's just the way I see it. It's your perception, right? It changes everything. So the way you think affects your current state. So if I think I'm sad, then I'll be sad.
Yeah.
I think it's as simple as that. Like um, in the Bible, for example, uh, see Apostle Paul was in prison,
Yeah.
and he said, "I think myself happy." But he was in a peculiar situation. He was in jail, but he said that I think myself happy
Mm-hmm.
because he was thinking of the end goal that he'll be with God someday,
Yeah.
with Jesus. So I can't really, like I always say that okay, uh, I'm going through these things. Like of course it's an endurance thing. Like you're going through a hard thing at the moment. Pero I always say like I always try at least. I always try my best not to complain. Kasi like I'm put in a situation right now because I think that God is telling me that I can handle it. So I have to think that I'm capable of doing it. It's just that there are times na I'm not in that mental space. I don't have that mental fortitude to hold that thought for long and endure that process for consecutive days, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean by lapses. Like there are times or periods of time. Thankfully, it hasn't gone for more than a week, siguro.
Okay.
Like, obviously, you have to be conscious enough and catch yourself when you're thinking that way. And my mom and my girlfriend and si Kuya Chris, they've been great reminders of that. Na uh, you're not that. Okay? Like
Yeah.
ayun, I'll bring it back to my brother, si Kuya Chris. I
Yeah.
remember one time nag-aaway kami. Nasa Wake Park kami nito.
Okay.
Sa Pampanga. Ba, sobrang bata ko pa, nasa 13 ata ako nun, or 12.
Okay.
Away kami. For some reason, I forgot na. Tapos kinwelyuhan niya ako. Sabi niya sa akin, Dan, ba't ka ganyan? Parang galit na galit siya sa akin. Tapos, wala akong masagot. Isip, ano, ganun na ako, kinwelyuhan na niya ako. Tapos
Uh,
sabi ko, ba't ka galit? Sabi niya, I'm pissed at you because I know you're better than me. So don't do this or don't do that. So because of that, parang I don't know. I always reflect back to that moment kasi it's nice to know na my brother believes in me or like somebody believes in me.
yeah.
Uh,
So can I ask how long have you been feeling this way?
um,
Or can you
siguro
recall when it began?
maybe like let's say maybe around 3 to 4 years ago, maybe. Kasi right around the time siguro na I left my father's house.
Okay.
So, bumukod na ako actually 2022 ata.
Okay.
Yeah. around that time.
So when did you start realizing that you had to seek help?
Not until recently. This was just a few weeks ago, like I was telling you. Kasi I would notice na may times nga na ganon, pero I would just keep my head down and keep working. So that's what kept me distracted. But ayun, parang it just came out of my mouth when I had a conversation a few weeks ago with my mom and my girlfriend na parang, uy, inamin ko unintentionally na hindi pala ako okay.
Yeah.
So, that was just a few weeks ago. So, yeah.
Okay, so actually, coming from the same place, ako 8 years na.
Yeah.
I understand, and I'm glad that you're open to seeking help. Like you said, you have a psych background.
Mm-hmm.
Sa tingin mo, did that benefit you having a psych background, or did that hinder you more to analyze yourself? Could you have figured it out earlier if you didn't overanalyze because of the psych knowledge? Or do you think the psych knowledge helped you realize faster?
I don't think it's a timing thing
Okay.
in terms of what you know and what you don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first step to change is acceptance. So I feel like years ago, I didn't accept it, but na there was probably something wrong, or I wasn't feeling right before pa, pero I didn't accept it, or at least I didn't have time to accept it. Pero now, parang siguro with things that I've been through already, uh, I don't know, I guess it comes with maturity. You know yourself well enough na uh, when you need help, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's admit it. Even the strongest people in the world need help. So, yun. I guess I
So
just admitted that to myself, and then, yun.
that's good. That's good. Actually, yun nga. With that being said, what do you suggest, ikaw, in your place? Would you suggest someone to seek help as soon as you realize it? Or is it something that you should, like you said, you held back pa kasi you were overanalyzing?
Mm.
Kasi sometimes people don't see the help needed eh.
Yeah, true. I think the very least you can do is ask somebody about it or talk. Kasi like ako personally, I don't like to talk.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm very reserved, I guess.
Okay.
Um, and I think men in general they don't really talk too much about their feelings. So
Yeah.
I think if that's why I admire you kung anong ginagawa mo ngayon kasi it takes a lot of courage din to
Yeah.
talk. Kasi yeah, we can do like we can work all day. Let's do it. Pero when it comes to talking about like what you're actually feeling, how you feel, how you think,
Yeah.
medyo mahirap yun eh.
Yeah.
So
True.
yeah. So as in hindi siya medyo mahirap, as in, mahirap talaga siya.
Yeah.
So I guess yun, parang yun yung if you feel it, I suggest you ask about it. There's no shame in it. Like, honestly, admitting something might be wrong. In fact, it's more admirable to admit that and to admit that even like in general, in a general sense, if you made a mistake, just be honest. Admit it. You know, uh, I'm not saying that this is a mistake, but if you feel something is off about you or you feel different, ask about it. Yeah.
Okay. So ikaw,
Mhm.
in sa experience mo, like you said, it was hard to reach out, it was hard to express how you felt, but you're lucky enough that you were well accepted by your mom and your girlfriend.
Yeah.
How do you think, like with your psych background, how do you think people should adjust with people not accepting when they try to open up naman?
Um, they're not the only people that you can talk to. So there, I know, like I've spoken to a lot of people who are that way
Yeah.
and very familiar with that environment. Na when you talk to somebody, you can tell whether they're actually listening to you or they let you talk, but they already have an answer in their head.
Yeah.
That's different. So I don't know. It's a big deal. Like that's why I only have a few friends or a few close friends talaga. Kasi
Yeah.
you know when somebody's being genuine with you or wala talaga. As in,
Yeah.
kahit na ilang beses ka pang ano, or ilang beses mong kausapin, parang hindi naman talaga sila nakikinig, di ba? So,
Yeah.
may you just have to find the right person. I think it's an effort then. You can't just say na, okay, my dad didn't listen to me, so nobody else is gonna listen to me. There's somebody there uh that's ready for you. You just have to go out and look, you know. So, you know,
Ikaw, can I ask you also, if
sure.
ever you do get the help, when you get the help,
Yeah.
are you pro or con medication naman?
I guess that's a tough one. That's actually a tough one.
Yeah.
Uh, the reason I guess there is medication is because obviously it depends on the severity,
Yeah.
right? And thank God I'm like haven't been there yet, but if it does help, there's a reason that it does, you know. So and it comes from a professional also. It's not just made up. No, oh, okay, I think you need this.
Yeah.
No, they strictly evaluate. It takes time to. It's not just you see a psychiatrist one time and then boom, the next day you're on medication. It's not like that. Diba?
Yeah.
So you have to go through a series of conversations, of tests as well, before you can actually receive medication. So when you get there, it means there's a need for it, right? So yeah, I guess if it helps, then sure. Yeah.
So for people who are watching, I just want you to just share. Like, people give the notion that when you have depression, anxiety, or these random thoughts or mental illness, it's because you had a bad experience growing up, you have a bad family background. Do you share those things, or you just really don't know where these things just started happening to you? Do you have a good family background with you, or do you think there was a trigger when you were younger? Things like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that I'm 100% sure there is. Um, brief background siguro. My parents separated when I was 8.
Okay.
Uh, so Kuya Chris was 12 or 13 at the time.
Yeah.
Uh, so yun, we were very young. And for a while, I think I had like attachment issues, I believe.
Mhm.
Na, and I would often think na what if it was because of me? Yung mga ganun. But I know it, of course, it wasn't. But yeah, so I'm sure that has a lot to do with it then. 100%. That and of course a lot of the other things that happened in my family. Siguro,
Yeah.
uh, like these things aren't made up; they're built. So like the road to recovery is the same. So you have to make that effort as well uh, within yourself. The same way those things happen, you can change it, right? So yeah,
So, like you said, you've been saying about your relationship with God. Well, I don't know if you mentioned it already, but you told
yeah,
me before we had this interview that you have a good relationship with God.
yeah.
So, do you think that is helping you cope right now while you're not actually looking for, as you haven't seeked help yet professionally? But how do you
Abs-
think the relationship with God has been keeping you stable this entire time?
Absolutely. Not just obviously not just God, but my girlfriend, my mom, the people that love me and whom I love as well. They've all been there. But I think I draw a lot of power from speaking to God every day, in the morning when I wake up and at night before I go to bed, as well as making decisions, or like big decisions, like in terms of business or I try my best to involve God in every situation. As a couple, for example, me and my girlfriend, we pray a lot together as well. We pray before we eat. We pray when we're struggling. We pray when we're happy. Uh, yeah, it's a relationship, right? Like it takes constant effort, and it brings you, I guess, peace is what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Uh, and we do find that when you make that effort to have a relationship with him. So yeah, it does help. It really does.
that's good. Yeah, I agree with you because me, I found God lately. Also, too late. Not too late. Well, later on in the progression of the sickness of mine. But He's helped me fight. I've been in such a negative place almost every day, especially the past 5 days now.
Mhm.
So, hearing your story from the beginning, parang nakaka-refresh kasi siya na, uy, ito pala
Mm.
yung start. So, I want to ask you, for people who are in the same boat as you are now,
Mm.
what do you think you can suggest to them would help besides seeking help? Na, like, kaka-start pa lang na nangyayari sa kanila, like you, di pa nila alam kung ano yung nangyayari. They don't know the situation. They don't know where the triggers are. They
Yeah.
don't know who to talk to. What do you think would help them get by when an attack happens or when the thoughts come and go?
Yeah. Um, that's tough because I think it's subjective.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, for example, siguro I'd say if if you could reflect back to a time where, and this goes for everybody, where you felt happy or warmth or positive, whatever good emotion or good feeling you felt at any point in your life, if you could just reflect back to that, wouldn't you want to go back to it? And parang wouldn't you want to feel that way over and over again rather than, like I say, human beings we're inclined to think of the negative first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if something bad happens, yeah, obviously, wow, this is bad. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
this is a situation, right? But if you had just taken a pause and thought, what if it weren't?
Yeah.
Like it's bad now, but
Mhm.
like what if I'm where I'm meant to be because there's something else that I need to learn from? Or I don't know, it's just okay, like when bad things happen, it like I said earlier, I think I mentioned perspective. Um it's the way you perceive things talaga. Like when something bad happens, are you like just gonna think of that moment? Or who are you actually? Who is Nico Paule? Sino ba si Nico Paule? Like, ikaw lang naman makakasagot niyan,
Yeah.
bro. Eh, diba? Na, would you describe yourself as like your problem or sino ba talaga, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang what makes you you, di ba? So if you could just go back to that and it's effort. It takes effort. The same amount of effort it takes for you to think negatively,
Mhm.
that's how you should translate to thinking positively, I believe. So, ayun, parang ganun.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
So I'd like to thank you for sharing kasi these are this is actually hard, especially for
Yeah.
someone who's just starting, who
Yeah.
just started to feel these things. It's hard to share. And I'm
Yeah.
happy and I'm glad that you got the chance to be on this episode and share. So before we end this, I want to ask you one last thing. To someone who might not be as lucky as we are to be surrounded by positive and helpful family, to be surrounded by our good faith in God, what would you, as a psych major, what would you think would help someone, or what do you think someone should think or do na like they're not surrounded with the good support system that we have, the good faith in a God, whether what religion they have right now. I'm not saying they have to be Christians or Catholics. If they're Muslims or Jews, if they believe in a different God, what do you think, or they don't believe in a God at all? What do you think they should get their strength from?
No, it's a really tough question. Um, I guess you really have to think about uh, what you want, um, the things you want to do, uh, the things you look forward to, or what you want to achieve, um, how bad you want it, and I guess how much you're willing to suffer for it. Because it's life is humbling. It really is humbling. I've gone through a lot of very humbling experiences over the past few years, and it's I don't know. It's just that constant believe in yourself. I guess if you don't believe in anyone, uh, I mean, like, how can you believe in anybody else or some other person without believing in yourself also, diba? So where does that sense of belief come from? It means you're capable of doing it, right? So if you can believe in, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Sorry, naisip
Yeah,
ko.
yeah, yeah.
You can believe in Cristiano Ronaldo. He's won like Ballon d'Ors. Uh, you can believe in yourself also. Di
Mhm.
ba? Alam ko sobrang layo ng comparison, di
Yeah,
ba?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
parang, wag mong, I guess what I'm trying to say, wag mong malitin yung sarili mo. Di ba?
Yeah.
Parang, if you were capable or if you believe in somebody else, why can't you believe in yourself? Yeah, I guess ask yourself that question, right? Um, there's like nobody is going to help you but you also. So it has to come from you. You have to dig deep. You have to endure. Uh, like I said, life is humbling. You have to realize why you're in that situation in the first place. And I guess believe in yourself that you can get past it also. So your own humble belief in yourself, I guess, is what I can say. I could be wrong. I
No,
could be
no.
wrong.
Actually, this is what I
Yeah,
like with what I'm doing right now is stories like yours.
yeah,
Um, Dan is so much younger than I am, but I have learned a few things from what you're talking about right now, pare. It's
likewise.
something that I don't think I learned when I was younger. I wasn't as mature as you are now when I was the same age as you were. You are.
Yeah,
So I guess what I can say is you are in a good place, and I hope people would learn something from what you shared. Though you are at the beginning of this, and I hope it doesn't get worse for you, like some
yeah.
people are, like where I
Thank
am right now as well. I hope you do get better. Thank you for telling people that you are gonna seek help and
yeah,
for advising people to do so. Thank you for being on this channel, man. I
thank
hope this story reaches someone out there who's struggling right now, whether you are young or old as I am and it just started. It's not a different story. It's the same for everyone. It's just different triggers,
yeah.
different intensities. So yeah, seek help. Like my brother here said, find the right person to talk to. Do you have any last words for someone who something impactful you want to share, like a message, words of wisdom, a Bible verse you think would hit your current situation?
I don't know. Siguro when when I would go through a long period of a hard time, siguro I'd always tell myself, or at least I feel like God is trying to tell me to just. There's always a word that comes into my mind, and it's endure, right?
Yeah,
Uh, you just have to endure. Or I know it's easier said than done,
yeah,
right? Uh, and of course, that's deeply rooted from Jesus, diba?
yeah.
He's endured all that pain and suffering for us. Uh, so that's the word. Just endure because the end goal is much better than what you're currently going through. So it takes constant effort, but you have to put in the work. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Thank you, Pare. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your story. I
Likewise, bro.
mean,
Thank you.
this is a good story to tell. Might be simple and it might seem small to others, but
Yeah,
this is very impactful, literally, especially from someone who felt it, going through it 8 years now. I know how hard this is to open up, especially when you started lang and you still lost and you still haven't had the exact diagnosis of what you have. Uh, Thank you again. That's all I can say. I mean, so mature of you, man. I mean, I'm really proud of you. Thank
thank
you
you.
for seeking help, man. Thank you
Likewise,
for sharing your story. I'll see you again soon. I hope someone learned something from this episode. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
thank you, thank you.